everyone, welcome to Learning Literature with Purba. In today's video, we are going to discuss William Shakespeare's play, The Tempest. At first, we are going to take a look at some important facts and trivia about the play. Then we will take a look at the most important characters of the play, followed by an act-by-act summary of the play. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then do subscribe to it and hit the bell icon so that you never miss an update. The Tempest is considered to be the last solo play of William Shakespeare, and this is the reason why this play is important. It was written and performed during 1610. Now the meaning of tempest is a violent storm. So the first scene of the play takes place in a ship during a storm. The remaining part of the play takes place in a remote island where a magician called Prospero lives with his daughter Miranda. Prospero has two servants, Ariel, an airy spirit, and Caliban, a savage monster. Now Ariel is an obedient servant, whereas Caliban is a rebel. So the Tempest is considered to be a fable of art and magic and creation, where Prospero represents William Shakespeare. So what happens at the end of the play? Prospero leaves magic forever. So Prospero's renunciation of magic is compared to Shakespeare's saying farewell to the stage. Now, Tempest has plenty of songs and music. The themes of the Tempest are magic, family, betrayal, and revenge. So, during post-colonization, the critics said that Tempest is also a play about colonization, because Prospero comes to this remote island and starts ruling the land. And all the natives of the island, such as Caliban, becomes Prospero's servant. Also, Aldous Huxley's dystopian novel, Brave New World, the title is taken from one of the lines from Tempest. So now let's take a look at the most important characters of the play. So at first we have Prospero, the rightful Duke of Milan, who was betrayed by his own brother and was dethroned, and he is currently living in an island and is a magician. Next we have Miranda, the daughter of Prospero, who is also living in the island. Then we have Ariel, an airy spirit, who is an obedient servant of Prospero. Then we have Caliban, a savage monster who is also a servant of Prospero, but he is always rebelling. Then we have Antonio, the brother of Prospero, who betrayed Prospero and is the current Duke of Milan. Then we have Alonso, the King of Naples. Then we have Ferdinand, the son of Alonso and Prince of Naples. Then we have Sebastian, the brother of Alonso. Next we have Gonzalo, who is a very loyal and old counsellor of the king. Then we have Stephano, who is the butler of the king, the drunken butler. Butler means the chief manservant of the house. And finally we have Trinculo, who is the jester of the king. Jester means a fool or an entertainer. So these are the main characters of Tempest. Now let's take a look at the act-by-act summary of The Tempest. Act 1. The play begins with a ship at sea caught in the middle of a violent storm. So who all are there in the ship? We have Antonio, the Duke of Milan and brother of Prospero. We have Alonso, the King of Naples, Ferdinand, Prince of Naples, Gonzalo, Stephano and Trinculo. On the other hand, Prospero and Miranda are standing on the shore of the island watching the shipwreck. Miranda is a very kind-hearted girl who tells Prospero that no one should be harmed in the shipwreck. Prospero assures her that no one is harmed. Then Prospero tells Miranda about his life before 12 years. Prospero was the Duke of Milan and he was very famous for his intelligence. Gradually, his interest in politics reduced and he focused all his energy and time on studies. His brother Antonio took advantage of this situation and joined hands with the king of Naples to dethrone Prospero. As a result, Prospero and Miranda have to run away from their enemies to avoid death. They could escape in a boat. The loyal servant or counsellor Gonzalo helped them with food, clothing, and also he brought all the books of Prospero. So when Miranda was a baby, Prospero escaped death from his kingdom, from his dukedom, and came to this remote island. When Miranda falls asleep, Prospero calls Ariel. We get to learn that in 12 years, Prospero has become a very wonderful magician with lots of powers. It is actually Prospero and Ariel who have caused the tempest or violent storm so that Prospero could bring his enemies to the island. Following Prospero's orders, Ariel have brought all the passengers of the ship to the island. But he has separated Ferdinand from Alonso. So Alonso is now looking for his son Ferdinand, but Ferdinand is completely separated from the group. Prospero is happy with Ariel's work. Now Ariel sings songs and play music to lead Ferdinand. Ferdinand and Miranda come across each other in the island and they instantly fall in love. Ferdinand tells Prospero that he is the Prince of Naples, but Prospero accuses him that he is lying and imprisons Ferdinand. Act 2. While Ferdinand is falling more and more in love with Miranda, his father Alonso is desperately searching for him. Ariel plays a mysterious music that makes everyone fall asleep except Antonio and Sebastian. Antonio persuades Sebastian to kill his brother Alonso while he is sleeping so that Sebastian can become the new king of Naples. Sebastian gets convinced. When Sebastian is about to kill Alonso, Gonzalo wakes up and shouts, "Preserve the king." Instantly, Sebastian makes some excuse and cooks a story, but Gonzalo is still suspicious. On the other hand, the monster Caliban meets Stephano and Trinculo, the servants of the king. All three of them get heavily drunk. Caliban tells Stephano that he wants Stephano to be his new master, and Stephano gets flattered. Act 3. Prospero gives all the tasks of Caliban to Ferdinand. Ferdinand carries wood for Prospero without any anger or complaint because of his love for Miranda. Miranda feels bad to see Ferdinand working so hard. She tells him to take a break or let her do the work. Ferdinand does not let her work but takes a break. On learning her name, Ferdinand tells her that the meaning of Miranda is admiration. Miranda asks Ferdinand if he loves her and he says yes. She proposes marriage to him, which he gladly accepts. Prospero witnesses the entire scene and is very happy that everything is going according to his plan. On the other hand, the monster Caliban tells Stephano that the island is ruled by a tyrant called Prospero. Caliban wants Stephano to kill Prospero, marry Miranda, and rule the island. He says that he will help Stephano. Ariel plays the music and calms them down. Whereas on the other hand, Alonso, Antonio, Sebastian and Gonzalo are tired of searching Ferdinand. Alonso is exhausted and he has given all hopes of finding his son Ferdinand. At this point, everyone can hear a strange music. A procession of spirits enter carrying lots of food. They invite the king and his friends to eat. Prospero is also present there, but he has made himself invisible with the power of magic. As the king and his friends are about to eat, all the food disappears, and Ariel mocks everyone. Then Ariel accuses Antonio, Alonso and Sebastian for driving away Prospero from Milan 12 years ago and driving him and his child at the mercy of sea. Ariel tells that nature and sea have exacted revenge by taking away Ferdinand from them. Prospero is happy because now his enemies are under his control. Act 4. Prospero frees Ferdinand. He agrees to the marriage of Miranda and Ferdinand. The spirits of the island perform a play for Miranda and Ferdinand. Ferdinand is so happy that he wants to stay in the island forever with Prospero as his father and Miranda as his wife. Act 5. Ariel informs Prospero that the king and his friends are imprisoned in a grove. Prospero tells Ariel to release them. Now alone on the stage, Prospero tells the audience that he will give up magic and will drown his magic book. Ariel enters with the king and his companions. Prospero praises Gonzalo for his loyalty and accuses others for their treachery. Then Prospero wears his old clothes which he used to wear as the Duke of Milan. Prospero forgives his brother Antonio but demands that Antonio must return him his dukedom. Antonio does not say a word. Alonso is very happy to see that his son Ferdinand is alive. He embraces his son Ferdinand and his daughter-in-law to be Miranda. Then Alonso asks for forgiveness from both Prospero and Miranda. In the next morning, they will all return to Naples, where Miranda and Ferdinand will get married. Due to Ariel's magic, now the ship is in perfectly right condition for them to return to Naples, and Ariel will make sure that the ship reaches safely. Prospero forgives Caliban and sets him free. Prospero also sets Ariel free, and Prospero gives up magic forever. So that's it for today's video where we discussed the summary of the Tempest. I hope you liked the video and found it helpful. If you found it helpful, then do like it and share with your friends. I will be back next week with a brand new video. Till then, stay tuned to Learning Literature with Purba. Also stay connected on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for watching.